Hello, I'm Nick Park from Evangelical Alliance Ireland, and this is our weekly message. It's Friday, but Sunday's coming. And at the end of each month, we always try to have a conversation, an interview with somebody. And today I'm with Michael Laursen from the Free Church Network in Denmark. And Michael's been leading a seminar that I've been at these last couple of days, which has been talking about inviting parliamentarians to evangelical churches. Michael, great. I've really enjoyed just listening to your experiences, and I know you got quite a number of Danish MPs to come and visit evangelical churches, yeah?
Yeah, that's true. What we experienced is that there's MPs are just human beings like everybody else. And by some mysterious ways, God gave us the grace to get in contact with a few MPs that led to us getting in contact with more and more MPs. And it ended up actually that every third MP, that means around 60 MPs out of 180 MPs in Denmark, came to our churches. And when they came to our churches, they came to sense who are we as churches. So we invited them on a kind of a study trip where they saw our work among youth and social work and integration work, but they also heard about what God does. In all of these visits, what's really important for us was to get a testimony about people's lives being changed by the gospel of Jesus Christ. And I was so thrilled every time we had these powerful testimonies about how God can change a person's life. The atmosphere was just packed with the presence of God. And this was with MPs from all over from the left and to the right. And it has given such a great trust and given us so many open doors afterward. So yeah, we've been together talking about how can we get the MPs out to our churches and how can we as a churches show the love of God to our MPs.
Okay, so what do you think should be the main benefits that we should see happening in our societies and in our churches by bringing parliamentarians into evangelical churches?
I think that we as a church, we are a part of the society. We're not outside speaking in, but we should be inside speaking out. This is our society. And thus we also have a responsibility for those God has given authority to rule and make decisions. And we are to inspire them and show who we are. By showing them who we are, we also give them trust in who we are. So of course it means something when you have legislation and that we get an influence in that area, but more importantly, I think that we actually influence their hearts, their perspective, to understand what church is about, and in everything I believe that creates a greater trustworthiness, so actually we as a church can function even freer, and it gives even us a greater self-esteem in trusting that we actually have something to bring. For me, it's been a blessing to see that the MPs we brought into the churches, they changed their perspective. It gives a lot of open doors, and it has led to devotion in the parliament. It has led to numerous conversations with MPs about faith and really a lot of things happening. But it has also led to that we as churches have gotten self-esteem. We got self-confidence. We discovered, whoa, we should be proud of who we are. We should be proud of God can change people's lives. It's not something we need to hide away. No, we can lift it forward and actually discover that people are impressed by it, even the people who's leading our countries.
Wow. Now, we're here at the European Parliament now, which I know for some Christians is like a symbol of the world and evil and everything else. So one of the things we've been talking about is we need to change our mindset that we have a mission in the world, and Jesus has placed us in the world, hasn't he?
That's so true. We have to remember when we stand here at the EU Parliament, really the EU Parliament was founded by Christian people. It was founded by people who had a very strong Christian ethic that was founded. And yes, there's come a lot of humanism in and so on and so on. But God is much more present in so many places than we didn't anticipate. So if we have a defense mode where we're thinking this is dangerous and the world is dangerous and we should just keep to ourselves, we miss so many opportunities. But when we dare to trust that God is at work in the most mysterious places, we'll have the same experience as Peter had when he met Cornelius in Acts, discovering, whoa, here's a Roman that God has shown himself to. I've had one MP, just to show one out of a ton of experiences. One MP one time when we were out in a church, there was a church that was telling about them evangelizing among the Muslims, and they were telling these MPs about it. And one of the MPs afterward drew me to the side and he said, you know, I've had a vision, and he used the word vision. He was not a Christian. He said, I've had a vision, and in that vision I saw this Muslim area, and suddenly I saw this white church coming down in the midst of it and Muslims streaming into it. There was a secular politician who in that church, suddenly he understood the dream he had and connected it, what God was doing in that church. And we will only experience those kinds of things when we dare to move out and when we dare to trust God is at work.
Wonderful. Well, look, Michael, really appreciate all you're doing in Denmark and working to bring churches and politicians together. And we're looking forward to seeing something similar happening in Ireland. Thanks for
Amen.
joining us.
Thank you, Nick. Blessings.